Hello viewers of Sounding Board, and tonight we're going to talk about JLA, Justice League of America figures. Red Superman, Blue Superman. These figures were released in conjunction as part of a collection that showcased the Justice League. And they were made by Kenner in 1996. At this point, Kenner has already been absorbed by Hasbro, which is also interesting. But they haven't said yet to the general market that these are Hasbro toys. But this is at the age where Kenner was still experimenting with that 5 points of articulation Star Wars figures had, but on a bigger scale. And so you've got, they're both the same figure, so I'll just use one. In the back, you had the list of the characters: Batman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Huntress, Green Arrow, Red Superman, Blue Superman. In the later set, you get Classic Superman. But in this set for now, you got these two, because this was the Superman that was showcased in the comics at the time. Superman had been split into two different entities. So yeah, just like the Golden Age, Superman for one issue was split into two different entities. But in the Bronze Age, Superman is split for a longer period of time in two different entities until he's put back together. And so you notice, looking at these figures, they have this whole thinking of the Secret Wars, where the characters like have 5 points articulation. You'll notice if you see other of these figures, they reuse the same body type. They don't vary it that much. You know, yeah, these are CSA, but they're both Superman. No, the Flash has his body. Green Arrow, Batman, they all have the same body except for Huntress, because she's a female. And they just splash color a new head and slap a cape on it. And I think put shoes on them too. But some of them also have, they'll say, well, they have slightly different molds. Yeah, they do, but they're exactly identical bases. And what I mean by bases is, if the figure was one color and he was sitting there on a table, he would literally be like a naked Barbie until you start sculpting the Green Lantern parts on him, like his Green Lantern's ring, or Batman's specialized boots, Batman's special gloves, stuff like that. As where someone like Green Arrow probably had a specialized head, but could be used sharing this body. Now, when these figures came out, I thought they were hella cool. But as time progressed, looking at them now, they're kind of they're so-so at best. They're just oversized Star Wars figures. They're not really worth opening to me now. And then when they came out, they were, because it's like, oh wow, a Superman figure. Now it's like, yeah, it's nice to have them, but their articulation is no better than, like, let's say this Thor right here. Let me get him. He's a Happy Meal toy. And this is from a few years ago, and this is basically within a children's meal. It's not like a Star Wars black figure where they have all these kind of points of articulation. You know, this Chewie here has the elbow, he has the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the head, his waist. He actually has two different waist parts, actually, because he's so tall. Hips, knees, and ankles to some extent. But the point being is the figures have more articulation, like the Iron Man I shared last week, to pose and stuff, to use weapons, to make them almost feel organic, not inorganic like these, which are stuck in one mold. You know, and so for a collector of Superman or any of these other characters, or even just simple DC heroes, this is great, but I would just leave them in package. I wouldn't open them up because first off, they're old figures now, and it's hard to find these figures, and funny part is these figures were bought at KB's at $5.99 back in the days when KB's had all those great discounts. Excuse me. And KB's was one of the greatest toy stores to go to. And it's sad that guys like Mitt Romney had a hand in destroying KB's toys so future generations do not enjoy the pleasure of finding and treasure hunting discount toys. But I'll leave it at that. So in the comments, if you have comments about this, leave comments about what did you think of this line. Did you play with these figures as a kid? Did you enjoy them? Did you find other figures that are outside the realm of the checklist that's on these figures? But until next time, this is the Sounding Board, signing off.